Hello friends, welcome to my channel Sushant. Today we are at the next topic, that is based on king and pawn endgame, and we are going to see the unique features of doubled pawns. In the next lesson we will cover when doubled pawns are passed pawn, then how they are effective. In this position we will see how in some cases the doubled pawns can be advantageous and in some lines the same double pawn will be a hurdle. Generally the doubled pawn is just considered as a liability. Many people think double pawn is always bad, but it's not so. The double pawns can be used to gain tempo or sometimes snatch the adjacent squares for the enemy king. We will come to some very interesting positions here. This is white to play and win, and white has to play with a standard technique here to convert. Mostly, as it is said, whenever there are doubled pawns and for any pawn in general, pawn moves should be made very carefully. So after the move f4, white is unable to win the game. Black just plays f6. What the move f4 does, it snatches away the king's place and the other pawn just has now one move. Let's say if white goes f5, that's about the only way to make progress. f3 will allow f5 check and the black king will keep on taking opposition. So f5 check forced, kd6, kd4, kc6. Now see, king can't enter from e5. So white will try to put black in a zugzwang by using this pawn move. Firstly, immediate f3 achieves nothing. There is just kd6. So white tries ke3. The king is heading to the other side now. From h5, h6 it will try to enter. Black has to be careful. So he goes kc5, taking diagonal opposition. Now see, king f4, then kd5, f3, kd6, king g3. White is trying to set traps here. Now if king e5, there will be kg4, and after kd6 we see king h5, and the white king penetrates, and then the pawn will have one more move. After king e5, kg6, we see black is losing. So to kg3 the only correct move is ke7. Here we can draw the squares. For g3 there is e7, for h4 there is f7, and for g4 there is f8. So king h4, king f7, kg4, king f8. And this way what will happen, whenever there will be king h5, there will be kg7. We can't allow the white king to enter, and f4 will be just met by king h7. So again when the king will come, black king will manage the opposition. So once again kg3, ke7, kf4, kd6, ke4, kc6, f4, kc5, and again we see black is managing well, white is unable to make any progress. Thus we can make out the move f4 was a mistake. Just now we saw how important it was to get entry from the shorter side. On the queen side black has more space. So what white does is, white first goes to the king side and then he will use both his pawns once to gain tempo. So king f4, kf6, kg4. Now kg6 is the main move. If k e6, then just see kg5, e5, f4 check, k e4, f5, kf3, and we see kf6. This position is very important one. We will have it later also. Now see, after kf4, it would have been drawn, but see, white has the move f3 and black is in zugzwang now. See, there is no way. Black king can't keep the f5 pawn attacked. So if king takes f3, kf7, the f pawn would promote. So this is how the doubled pawns can be used. So black went kg6 after kg4, and now only f4. Now there are two lines. One is kf6 and other is the move f6. After f6, white goes f5 check, king h6, and now see, we can realize as compared to the previous line, here the king can try the other route. After kg7 also there is king f4. We will look at both the lines. kg7 would be a better attempt. After king f4, king h5, ke4, kg5, f3. White puts black in a zugzwang. kh6, kd5, kh5, k e6, k g5 and c, once again using the f pawn to force black king to leave the f6 pawn, and it's game over. So the main move happens to be k g7, but even here see king f4, k f8, k e4, k e8, trying to take the distant opposition, k d5, k d7, f3, and the black king has to go to the side. This position we have discussed before. Without the f pawn also, if it is black's move, black loses. After k e7, k c6, k f7, k d6, k f8, k e6, k g7, k e7, f pawn is lost and white wins. So now let's go to the main move, that is k f6. So the main line of analysis is king f6 here instead of f6, to which f5, k e5, k g5, f6, kg6 loses on the spot, so k e4, and once again we reach that position, king f6, king f4, f3, forcing king takes f3, king f7, k f4, f6, and white wins. After king moves, the pawn provoked. So I tried to show as many variations as possible without making it too much complicated. Do let me know how you found this lesson in the comments below. Thanks for your time.